Hi, I'm Steve Krueger down here in my studio basement, and you might have seen some of my YouTube videos. I've got some for beginners, some techniques on how to do skies, clouds, things like that. And those videos are, you can find me, type in The Art of Watercolor Steve Krueger, or just The Art of Watercolor Steve, and you'll see my videos. So I was thinking the other day, I'm passing all these tips on. As you can see, I've got a few years on me. I've been painting in the watercolor medium for going on 50 years. So I've got lots of things I want to pass on to people, and I decided this is one that I want to pass on today. This is called the Copycake. It's a projector, the Copycake 300XK. Put a picture in here, turn it on, and it projects, and you can trace the picture um, on on your piece of paper. Now, I use the word trace. A lot of artists, they say, well, you shouldn't trace. There's rules. You shouldn't trace. And one artist said, to become an accomplished artist, you have to know how to draw. Well, there's all stages of drawing. I consider myself grounded in some pretty good fundamentals in drawing. You might not be all that proficient in drawing. So there are no rules in art, in watercolor, any kind of medium. Whatever you think of, whatever you want to do, go for it. If you want to use this machine, fine. After I've demonstrated, if not, that's fine too. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I've got a friend that's gonna come by the next day, and he's gonna hold the camera while I actually turn out the lights and demonstrate all this. But, today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back real quick and show you the do's and don'ts on this, how to set it up, things like that, just to get started on this. Then my buddy Paul's gonna come by, he's gonna hold the camera, and, we'll get into, doing the demonstration. Now, I might have about, maybe 4 or 5, in a series. This will be the first series. Then I'll have a second one showing you what I do, in, kind of the graphic design, the art, look, other things, and that leads me to think, all you young kids, you might be looking at this and say, well, I can get on the computer if I'm a graphic designer, if I want to picture an elephant or whatever, and I can put grass in, I can change the colors on the computer. Okay, that's the modern thing to do. But this, you do your image and then you can put in your clouds, your sky. You're actually painting instead of moving your mouse. So I'm not running that down, but this is just more comfortable for me. It gets your mind working when you're actually painting. You pick out your colors, you decide just where you want to place your detailed image, things like that. So I'll be back and show you the things, do's and don'ts on setting this up. So I'll uh, I'll be right back. All right, I checked out a few YouTube videos on the Copycake, and most of the demos show the Copycake projector facing inward. So of course you sit here and you draw here. Now on my next take, I'm going to show you how I set up my Copycake, and it's a preference. You might like the way I do it. You might like this setup. So here's the image right here. You can move it this way and this way, laterally, but this is the paper. You can't bring it up anymore. So your your range of motion on your paper is limited when you face the Copycake projector into the table. So I'll be back to show you the way I do it. All right, here is the next tip. This is the way I suggest that you set up your Copycake projector. Face it, let me get this table out of the way. So it's facing outward. If you face it inward, it limits your space. If you face it outward, you have lots of different space. Put it on tables such as this. And I usually put if you want a real large image, which this would be, I tape it onto a board. Now, let me just show you. while I do that. I'll turn the, I've got a photograph in here. Okay, you can project it down like so. You can move the board this way, raise the image, lower it, which I'll demonstrate when my friend comes over, when Paul comes over. But this is the way I've had it set up for the past 25 years, and it works just great. Now, one other thing, let's say you want this image really big. Get a smaller table, and the lower you go, the bigger the image will be, if that makes sense. So that's my suggestion, and I'll be back again. Okay, here's another thing I want to show you. I took the machine off of the post, and I just wanted to show you how you attach it to the table. Take this down. Now this is the attachment. Looks like this. Hopefully I can get that so you can see it. This screws up and attaches it, of course, to the table. Now, one thing you want to know, if you've got a thick table maybe that thick, this won't work on it. It has to be kind of a work table like this with a kind of thin tabletop so that it will fit on. So that's it, and we'll go to the next tip. Okay, Paul is behind the camera, and we're about to begin. But before I do, I'm just, this is what fits into the machine. Now I've got a 4x6 card here, and I just drew a quick drawing of a barn. So you put it in the, let me get this in. It has these little clip things. You put it in like so, and this is an important tip. It's best to use some tape up at the corners, because this machine gets hot. It's got a light bulb in here that's very bright. It's very hot. And if this image, if it's hot and it starts to curl a little bit in the corner, that'll destroy your image on the paper. So what I do, I won't do all four corners, but I kind of tape it down so it's in here real well. So we close it, close the lid, and now we'll demonstrate, and we'll turn it on, we'll turn the lights off, and here we go. Now, one thing I forgot to say is when this machine is on, when the light is on, don't ever open this. This light bulb reflects off of a mirror. The light bulb's here. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. Light bulb's here, reflects off a mirror, and that reflects down here. So it's very bright. It'll really blind you. Now, I'll show this. You have the option of raising this machine up and raising it down. When this is in, that creates bigger, smaller images. This defines it, gets it very detailed. And I call this the magnifying glass. Let me show you this real close. If you want to get a real big picture, you use this end. You want a smaller image. Of course, you go up and down to refine it on the paper to get the detail real sharp. Use this end. This is the magnifying glass. If you can see this, a lot of times I mount my paintings on a canvas panel like this. This is a canvas panel. So that means, let's say you're an oil painter. This isn't just for me, a watercolor artist, or you if you're a watercolor artist. This is for the oil painter, the acrylics painter. If you just like to draw, maybe you'll do a detailed whatever, and then you draw some trees in freehand. You just play around with it. So that's my goal, is to get you interested in this machine. It opens up a lot of different different things that you can do. Let's say it expands your horizons. So Paul has never seen this machine before. He's going to be behind the camera. So I will demonstrate all this coming up. Stay tuned. Take your left hand, undo the button back here so the machine can go up, the machine can go down. Then you can raise this and lower this. And after this, we'll zoom in. Sally will zoom in on the image. But this, you turn around, and now we'll get a smaller image. This is the magnifying glass. And again, your options are move the machine up, move the machine down, move your magnifying glass, and let's show the image as I move it down. There we go. So that's the image. I can also move the magnifying glass up and down. And to do a larger image, I switch, I raise the machine, and there's your larger image. And of course, you can move it around, decide where you want to put this image. So that's it. I hope this adds a little bit more knowledge about how to work this machine. My next video is going to be on just how you can make beautiful renditions using this machine. I'll show you the different things, the different things you can do, the different looks you can get. All right, we're closing this out now, and this is what Paul and I demonstrated, the 300XK Projector, and the company name is Copycake, so I don't care where you buy it. For me, it opened up a lot of different, how do I say it, different avenues. If I wanted to do something detailed, I'd take a picture of it, 4x6, and put it in this machine. Lay it out on the paper. Of course, like I showed you, you make it smaller, bigger, you move it around on the paper. But let's say you're not a watercolor artist. Let's say you want to do a portrait of grandma. Take a picture of her, put it in this machine, and bam, her face is now on a piece of paper. Let's say you take a picture of a flower. You do some still lifes, you do some calligraphy, just take a picture of it, turn it into a 4x6 photograph, put it in this machine, and hopefully it's going to open up some new worlds for you. Now, I'm going to have a couple more series on how this projector helped me as a watercolor artist, and I'll show you the things I did and using this machine. So that's down the road. Look for those YouTube videos that I'm going to put up, showing you what you can do with this, as far as I'm concerned, in my watercolor journey. So everyone, have a wonderful day. See you next time.